Hello, welcome to this quick update for Southern Asia and most of Asia, but we only have time to talk about the most important things. So let's see what's happening. One, we have Tropical Depression 2 in the Western Pacific, the middle of the Western Pacific. This might become a tropical storm in the middle of the ocean. It might approach Japan, but we'll take a look at that. And there's this torrential downpour still around the Bay of Bengal and northern India, some very strong storms with the monsoon. So we're keeping an eye at that as well. China recently has had some crazy floods. I hope everyone is safe, but please be careful of the rainfall coming next. So here, there's the European model. Just in the next 12 hours, it has more than 137 millimeters in a single spot in India there. The GFS, just 1 millimeter. The icon has like 200 millimeters in 12 hours. That's absolutely crazy. So none of these models are accurate enough, but just so you can see how strong those storms can be in a short period of time. So be careful when those strong storms are near you with the heavy rain. But 5 days here shows again with the European spots in central India, close to 300 millimeters. The European model shows again this is until next Friday, the 27th, along the west coast of India, more than 190 millimeters, 155, and the Langstrip Islands more as well. Southern Myanmar, more heavy rain as well. In northern Myanmar, especially those central northern Myanmar spots, the European has more than 200 millimeters. So stay safe in those areas. Shows more than 100 in southern Bhutan, central Nepal, more spots northern India, near the Himalayas, and very close to the Himalayas, northeastern India, more than 100 millimeters in Bangladesh and the coast of Myanmar. So stay safe in those areas. Please be careful, especially with flooding and mudslides and landslides in those areas. Please be careful. Some stronger storms in India might have a lot of lightning and hail, and please be careful. Shows in Myanmar, the GFS shows to 198 millimeters. The GFS in northeastern India is more than 200. That's actually more than the European model. So please be careful. Shows in Bhutan, some 130 millimeters. Southern Bangladesh, the GFS is over 139. So please stay safe with flooding in those areas. This is a 5-day rainfall total. Some days will have more, and some days will have less, of course. It won't come all in one day, but just be aware because even for like 5 days, this is a lot for many areas. So stay safe. There's the icon. It shows spots central India, a corridor of strong showers and storms on 200 millimeters, 133, like 170. So stay safe in those areas. Please be careful. Central India into the west coast of India, some flooding. The icon is like 151 millimeters in Mumbai. So stay safe. But this steep terrain near the Himalayas might have more landslide danger into northeastern India, more than 200 millimeters on the icon, some 230 to 300 on the icon, central northern Myanmar. So please stay safe in those areas. Be careful. Now there's here, let's see. So there's across Southeast Asia, near Cambodia and Thailand. The European is around southern Thailand, some 138 millimeters, 119 more spots to 136, southern Laos. So stay safe in those areas. Be careful with flooding to more spots in the Philippines to 167, more spots central Philippines. So please be careful. And also China will still have some heavier storms. So please be careful, especially if you had floods recently. Shows more than 140 millimeters, more spots to 180, southern China into northern Vietnam. So please stay safe in those areas. Shows in Japan to more than 100 millimeters in a few spots, 151, some 136, 1 to 29 on the European. The GFS is much less across Japan, but it does have storms in a few areas too. The icon is more along the west coast of Japan, so stay safe in those areas. It might be a storm or two in the Koreas and some more cold fronts in Russia with a few storms too. So stay safe in those areas. There's now this tropical depression too in the Western Pacific. It got designated yesterday and earlier today. So it does show a few spots, the official forecast. They do have this as a tropical storm near the Western Pacific and potentially as a remnant low near Tokyo or as a tropical depression. So it does show this might come close to Japan, but very, very weak, mostly as a remnant low or tropical depression. So be aware in those areas. We'll keep watching just to make sure there's like the models here. If I can just find Western Pacific, so shows the GFS model. It does go there, this forms this into a tropical storm. It passes right close to Tokyo, like right there as a remnant low, but these remnant lows can have some very heavy rain left over from the tropical storm, so we'll keep watching. So right there by June 26, when it passes close to Tokyo, be careful. And after that, don't even look at the GFS because it's like absolutely drunk. It shows like a 918 typhoon in the Western Pacific. So that's a pure example of the GFS going crazy out of its mind. So don't even look at that. But it does have something close to the Mariana Islands trying to form later. So there's the 0Z European model shows like this tropical, it barely reaches tropical storm strength, it just goes there. And by the time it gets to Tokyo, it's like a remnant low, very, very weak. So it goes there and just goes away. But the European does try to form a tropical storm north of the Mariana Islands by July 3rd. This is like very broad and weak, but the European does try to take it towards Japan later, and the European kind of wants some lower pressures in the South China Sea again near China by July. So we'll keep watching. There's the Canadian. It has this as a tropical storm, tropical depression too. It tries to reach tropical storm strength, but very weak, and it passes just as a remnant low by Tokyo. Barely anything left. So it goes. And the Canadian also forms a tropical storm by June 29 in the Western Pacific, and it reaches a typhoon. And don't trust this because the Canadian has kind of joined the GFS party and it's kind of drunk too. But it does show some 969 millibars, the southern islands of Japan by July 3rd. So all of the three major models are trying to form something in the Western Pacific after June 29th. So we might try to get into an active period. So we'll keep watching those areas, but for now, the GFS is exaggerating too much. So we'll keep watching. There's the icon. It passes tropical depression through as a very weak remnant low near Tokyo, and then later it doesn't go further out than that. But by June 30th, the icon has kind of a low pressure trying to develop into something in the Western Pacific. So we'll keep watching, but still just be aware in Tokyo. This might have some heavy rains or slightly gusty winds, but nothing too crazy. But later, by the first week of July, even the European has like tons of rainfall in the Western Pacific. So we might need to watch a couple of systems into July. So we will keep watching, but this until July 5th, it shows a lot of rainfall over Southeast Asia as well. So be aware in those areas. This is like the dangerous storm season with flash floods possible, especially like Southeast Asia. So stay safe in those areas. Please be careful. And the heat wave is still strong in a few sections, but not as strong as before. But still, like Monday afternoon tomorrow shows spots southern Iran to like 46 degrees, in Iraq to 45, spots in Turkmenistan some 41 degrees, in Pakistan still more than 43, spots in Saudi Arabia to 45 degrees, spots in United Arab Emirates. So please be careful. The heat still this goes and still shows later by June 24th, spots in Oman to like 48 degrees in a few sections, 47 in Iran to 47, 46 in Iraq. So please stay safe, near to 48 southern Iran. So stay safe those temperatures. Drink a lot of water, stay cool. There's in Turkmenistan 45, does show there in Iraq to some 46 degrees, more than 47 in Oman, southern Saudi Arabia, so some 47 in Iran as well, spots of Pakistan. So stay safe in those areas. And during the night, it doesn't cool down that much, still around 33 degrees. So if the heat stays present at night, it's very dangerous, especially because your body can't cool down enough. So stay safe. There's like some 47 to 48 degrees still in a few sections by next Thursday, the 26th, and the Gobi Desert in interior spots of China still very hot, and Mongolia it's mild, but still like a few spots hotter in China. So this goes and like still shows in there by the 27th in Iraq, in Western Iran to 48 degrees in a few spots, for 49 degrees in a couple of sections. So still very dangerously hot next week. So still stay safe. This heat wave and this keeps going there, but please stay safe. And still showing by like 1 week from now, next Saturday, close to 49, maybe some heat indices close to 50 again. So please be careful. Kazakhstan, it's really hot, southern Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan. So stay safe. This goes and continues very hot later. But shows true in Russia, some areas slightly warmer, with even to 31 degrees, even like 37 in eastern Mongolia, Monday afternoon, the 23rd, tomorrow. So be aware, those temperatures are kind of climbing far north. And there's this area into China by even Thursday, the 26th, 39 degrees in Mongolia. So stay safe there. Be careful because those higher pressures, some hotter temperatures. So stay safe Thursday into Friday, still hot. And there's like into Russia, those low pressures, one in eastern Russia now, with a lot of rain. This one's some storms central Russia. Then into Monday, near southwestern Russia, some stronger storms Tuesday, and still some fronts central Russia, some storms, and into like into Europe by Tuesday, Finland and Russia, some stronger storms there. And especially later next week, we're watching the storm threat in Europe again. But tomorrow or Tuesday, we have videos about that. But still shows in Russia by the middle of next week, still a few storms. Potentially, those storms might affect northern Kazakhstan and more spots there. So stay safe, be aware in those areas, especially the heavy rain, the extreme heat, but especially the floods, landslides, and heavy rain. That's the most dangerous. And so, yeah, the wind slightly stronger, a few spots in Afghanistan, a day or two in Iran, into Turkmenistan. This goes as this remnant low passes near Japan, shows like slightly stronger in the Izu Islands and a few spots nearby, but nothing too crazy. But just be aware there, some more storms associated with it, some strong winds in Russia, that's low pressure now. So stay safe. These storms, please be careful. And just checking if there's snow here, I almost kind of forgot. So there's like shows until next Friday, next 5 days, until June 27th, shows spots of the Himalayas, still 40 centimeters of snow, China into northern Nepal, extreme northern Bhutan, a few spots of snow in Tibet still, and still in Kyrgyzstan, a tiny bit of snow in the Caucasus, like some 2 to 3 centimeters, like 4 centimeters in a few spots, and just the European, the GFS, like to 1 centimeter in the central Caucasus, and shows northern Russia where it's still kind of cold, some snow, northeastern Russia in a few spots. So stay safe. those areas still shows extreme northern Russia, those colder temperatures like so northernmost areas and in the high elevations, of course. So stay safe. Please be careful. And the image of the day is this crazy lightning strike I took a picture of last year. Stay safe.